Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to show you how a podcast or radio play is made. But I should explain exactly what the difference is between the two. When you turn on the radio and you hear people talking about things such as the news or politics, that's actually a podcast. It's a gathering of people who come together to talk about things that interest them or come to tell their stories about their past events or recent happenings. And sometimes it's interactive and they let actually the guests or the listeners call in and also share their stories with them too. So which term is correct, radio play or podcast? The truth is, a radio play and podcast are two sides of the same coin. They're all played on the radio. The only difference that separates them is that the people you hear in a podcast are people who actually talk about what they want to talk about. A radio play is men and women who have recorded lines that are, of course, written on paper. It's not something that they believe in. It's something that they're hired to do and hired to act out. And also that what they're acting out is a story. And that's what you're going to be learning about with this video. So, without further ado, here we go.
Step 1 is to write a script. We all have our inspirations for stories, but if you want to make it into something more, jot it down on paper. Create the characters, places, storylines in your own vision. Take it from something you've read, seen on TV, or played. What is it about? What do the characters do? Are they good guys? Bad guys? Where does it take place? Etc. It all takes some time. Read your work. You've completed the story, and now you've proofread it to make sure everything matches up. If you want to add things in later, it's fine. Just don't add too much that will distract your listener from the story with unnecessary garbage. Find your voices. Over the last 20 years, the voice acting industry has exploded. It's not just professionals that look to record for work, but people like you who have the desire to voice act. How do you find them, you ask? Turn to the web. There are websites where you can reach out and post your voiceover projects and people will respond to it. But if you want a quicker way, you don't post your story and wait for a response. You go to them. Go to a site most of the world is converted to, Facebook. Facebook has billions of people on it from all over the world, and a lot of them are voice actors. Search for a voice acting page and post your project, what it is you're looking for, or look for people who have posted their voice demos. They're free to watch on YouTube so you can get an idea of how they sound. After hearing their demos and you've said, these are the people that best fit the roles, message them and ask them if they would be interested in helping out, or inform them that you've chosen them. From there, send them the whole script, or one episode at a time, to avoid any possible theft. Step 4. Dates and location. Everyone has his or her script. Now you set up a time to record. This is where you have to think of your VAs over the project. They have all their own lives, agendas, and schedules, so you have to schedule a time that works best for them and you. It's very unlikely that they will all come together in one location and record in the studio with each other. That hardly ever happens. Gone are the days where you had to travel across the U.S. to record in the same city as your employer. After establishing a date and time, either via email or Facebook to record together, you work out the details with all your other actors and set up the days that will work for them as well. If your VAs are passionate about voice acting, then they will already have their own mic and equipment. Otherwise, they wouldn't have contacted you. This way they are able to record from home while you direct them. The day has come to connect and record. But how? They live 3 states over or in Canada, so what do? There are programs that allow us to text, talk, or video chat with each other, making directing much easier. Skype, for example, allows you to connect no matter where you are as long as you have internet access. You just call each other, put on headphones, and go. If the VA prefers recording on their own, that's fine, even if there are lines you want redone. Instead of setting up a time to meet, they can do it as soon as they have the available time. Step 6. Receive and edit. Now the VAs have recorded all their lines, either with your directions or by themselves, and have sent you all the recordings. Now it's time to listen and choose the recordings you want. Add in any effects or music you want. It can either be made by you or someone else. Just be sure to credit them in the end after listening to it again and again till it's perfect. To edit all this, you use a program that can either be downloaded from the web like Audacity, or you can buy the program from a store such as Adobe. your VAs will most likely use the same programs to do their voice recordings, which is how they'll also be able to edit their own recordings and delete them if necessary. Step 7. Export and publish. It's done. You've listened and perfected it. Now you can export it either as MP3, WAV, or another sound format to your iTunes account. From there, using another program such as iMovie or Adobe Preview, you'll be able to take recordings and add pictures or video to paint a picture of what is happening. After pictures and captions have been added along with any credits given to outside sources, and you're satisfied with the turnout, export the whole video either to iTunes, Facebook, YouTube for the world to see. And that's it. Now you know the steps to creating a podcast. Now it's up to you to do the work. And remember, when creating a story with your imagination, anything can happen.